Hello, everybody. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, my beautiful people. My name is Prisca Attah, the Unraveler. What do? I unravel opportunities. So this afternoon, we are not talking anything business. I'm just here to share with you something amazing. Those of you that are really close to me, you know that a few weeks ago, my very close friend Ogwa Adiloju launched her book titled Attah, a collection of poems. And I thought it was very interesting. We have quite a few poems here that resonate with you, that will bring tears of joy into your hands, memories of your growing up days. I don't know if your growing up was as exciting as mine, but honestly, this book will just bring tears of joy in your eyes, memories, childhood memories of growing up. So some of the poems quite resonate with me, and I thought I should talk about the one that resonated with me most. A few of them resonated with me, but you see, the poem number 4 on this book is talking about pimples, what we call acne. But we grew up knowing that it's called pimple. All of us know it's pimple. Some of us were haunted by this little menace on our faces for quite some time. So when I saw this poem by Ogwa Adiloju, my favorite friend, sorry to all my friends, she's my sister, that's why. Yes, I am FBI, full-blooded Idoma girl. So you see, when we launched this book, and I've read quite some of her poems, and I read Oh Pimple. It made me to be, I was just smiling from ear to ear. I don't know if I should be crying or smiling really, because I was haunted by these wicked little demons on my face for over 3 years. Almost 3 years. From 2018 up till this year, I was haunted by these little demons. Acne. Hello. Oh, my big sis. Hello, Auntie Margaret. My full-blooded Idoma. Hello, you're all welcome. Okay, so like I said, it's not business as usual. Today we're just talking about this book, Attah, just for you to go grab a copy. So you see, I'm not going to read the whole poem, but there's a particular part on the poem, Oh Pimple, that resonated with me. It just makes, I want to write a poem about the pimple. I know that she too, she has been dealing with this, and I know I know that it will resonate with some people. I don't like it. I don't like pimple at all. Apart from the fact that it downs your self-esteem, it also, the pain, the ugliness, the pain. For me, I had to use water from the refrigerator, from the freezer, to pour on my face when this little demonic cystic acne started disturbing me. So for that, this became my favorite poem in this book, Attah, a collection of poems. I understand this Attah is also Attah in Igbo. It's the earthen pot. Ogwa is quite a very home girl. She's my home girl. So for her to bring this into the ethnicity by titling this book Attah, it just resonated with a lot of people, a lot of Africans. And if you haven't gotten this book before, I urge you to go get it. It is worthy of sitting in your bookshelf, not just sitting there. There are a lot of the poems will resonate with you. So we're just talking about old pimples. I'm not going to read the whole poem, so I don't let the cat out of the bag. So I'm not going to read this particular part. It says, over the years, our alliance has moved from transplant bed to sparring sprinkles. Still, I implore you to sort the younger ones. For Ogwa, she had so many people. She had this pimple from a very young age. But for me, I never ever had pimple until just a couple of years ago. That's 2018 to be precise. These things just came on my face. I couldn't even stand. I couldn't go out. I couldn't step out my house. It was I was weeping, crying because of pimple. So I may be laughing today, but I'm here to encourage anybody today that is dealing with this. Hello, Compassion. Hello, Mr. Gabriel. Thank you for joining my Facebook Live this afternoon. Good afternoon, everybody. If you're from Nigeria, good morning, good night, good evening. Thank you for joining. So today is just for my girl Ogwa. I'm showing you this book. Pick a copy. Contact me. Ask me how you can get a copy. It makes a very, very beautiful gift that you can give out to students, to everybody. It resonates with everybody. There's nobody that grabs a copy of this book that will not find one of the poems so interesting that you'll be smiling from ear to ear. For instance, there's one she wrote, Magajia, a very long and lovely poem. You would think that she was referring to somebody, until you finish the poem and you like, you feel so I don't even want to let the word out, So get this book. Ask me how to get a copy of this book. Copies of this book actually is just 2,500. Give it out. Give it to people. Give it to your friends. Give it to your friends, even the non-Nigerian friends. They will be so happy to have this book on their shelf. So, pimple, I don't want to see you on my face again. You are so wicked, so painful, so confidence disrupting, and I don't want you anymore. I'm not totally done with fighting this battle of pimple. Yes, I can tell you I have a few on my face as I still speak to you this afternoon. But of course, let's deal with it. I'm just here sharing with people that are dealing with this, sharing with you that you are not alone in this battle. You are not alone in this battle of pimple at all. I knew what I did. I spent so much. I don't even want to begin to say what I spent. In fact, I bought anything that they say, this thing can cure it. Off I go. My table was not looking as if different concoctions on my table, the one that is mixed, foreign ones, whatever is said, whatever they mentioned, I bought because it was disrupting or disturbing my self-esteem. But later on, I started living with it. I went out without makeup. And if you're looking at me, I said, please, let's talk. Ignore the pimple. I am a person. I am not my pimple. I am a person. So, yeah, hello, Emmanuel, hello, Compassion again. So the book is 2,000. Thank you, Compassion. The book is 2,500. It's written by this beautiful, full-blooded Idoma girl. I'm a proud Idoma girl, by the way. So it is my sister. She's my friend. And honestly speaking, if you grab this book, the quality is lovely. The pages are beautiful. Grab it. You'll find a lot of the poems interesting. And of course, it makes a very good gift. You can add it to your gift items to people, and they'll enjoy and they'll have it to send, really. Because it just brings childhood memories, smiles on your face. There are some that are a bit romantic. There are some that are hilarious, and there are some that are, thank you, Vivian, I love you too, darling. There are some that will bring tears in your eyes, so grab this book, grab copies of this book, share it with friends and family. We are all here to promote our friends' work, promote each other. Let's lift each other up. You can contact me to get copies of this book. Please don't buy one, buy for somebody else. I got a few copies, and each of the persons I've given this book to, they've thanked me. They are happy to have it in their collection. So buy this book, share with your friends and family, and my special message goes to you that is still in the battle of fighting pimple, because that is the poem that I took from this book. There are so many that are lovely, but oh pimple is my favorite because it gave me reason to smile. I knew how I was weeping, how I'll just be indoors, I don't want to go out, how I'll step out, instead of people looking at me, they'll be looking at my face and be pitying me, how I even have to tell them, excuse me, please. I am a person before I have all these pimples on my face. So you see, and it's not my fault that I had it, and I had it for quite some time. In fact, let me tell you a story before I end this video. So there was a time I was in Owerri. I wanted to come to Lagos, but there was no flight, so I had to take a road trip to Port Harcourt. Then I had the pimples whip up. I mean, it was like a field on my face. So I had to take the bus to Port Harcourt, to fly from Port Harcourt to Lagos, because that day happened to be my daughter's birthday, and I must be in Lagos if I don't want a crying baby on my in my room for the rest of the week. So I got to Port Harcourt. I got to the airport and I'm like, thank God nobody knows me around here. I needed to have breakfast before I hop on the plane. Of course, I had dozens of antibiotics in my bag that I was drinking, so I needed to have something to eat. So I went to the far corner of the cafeteria in the airport. The far corner, so that I would face the wall. I didn't want anybody to see me. I don't want any pity party, because everybody was prescribing stuff to me. You see? So I went to the far corner and I faced the wall. Even with that, I lifted my head and I saw a lady. Well, of course, she meant good. I mean, it's not because she had anything bad in her mind. But she came all the way. I'm like, oh no, I know another set of prescription wants to fall on my table. And she came and she said, my sister, what is doing you? It's not ordinary. It's not ordinary at all. So what? And I said, oh, really? She said, it's somebody that is doing it to me. I said, okay. This happened to be an airport staff. She's not like one of those, she is an airport staff. She's still a staff of the airport, because we communicate. We still kept in touch after that little meeting. But you see, I needed that small quiet. But she came in a bit to help, no doubt. Then she said, you know what, when you get home, your first morning urine, use it and wash your face. Keep it to ferment. After 2 days, use it. And to tell you how frustrated I was at that point, anything you say I should do, I would do. But this particular one, I didn't do. But of course, I considered doing it. But you see, this is what we face. Those of us fighting these soldiers, this battle. So I want to encourage every sister, every brother that is dealing with this stuff on their faces, maybe some of them on the chest, different types, cystic acne, postulantic acne, and what have you, because I did a wild research on it. But like, I finally won the battle, right? I'm still, counting my the spoils from the battle, but I'm way better. I wish I can show you how I used to do. Oh my God! In fact, you'll be crying for me. People were crying for me. People were praying for me. I mean, we're fasting, doing lots of things. So, but it's not about me. It's about the book. I only happen to pick out that particular poem because of the fact that I am a first-hand person. I mean, I have all it takes to actually talk about pimple, because the experience is a first-hand experience that I got. So, thank you very much for being in my life field. I thank you all for being here to listen to me ramble. But most importantly, I ask that you patronize my friend, encourage her. It's her first book. Well, the reason why this also means so much to me is because she has had these poems for quite a few years, and she wanted to even come up with the excuse that, oh, COVID-19. I said, what are you waiting for? Just do it. Nike it, babes. And it gained a lot of acceptance. Even she is surprised. So let's encourage each other. So if you are caught in that web of waiting to bet that dream that you have, please go ahead and do it anyhow. Just do it. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be okay. Of course, that's why we have version 1, version 2. I mean, those of us using the phones, you see that you have different versions. Even the Android and the iOS, they're having versions. Android is having versions, because you can be a better person, but you have to take the first steps. You don't have to see the whole staircase before you take your first step. So thank you very much for being with me, and hopefully you join my next video or my next live video, and that will be about business. As you know me, I am the unraveler, God's favorite daughter, and I'm big on business. I love business. I love leverage. So my next video is going to be talking about leverage, because leverage is the new oil well. Meanwhile, buy this book, patronize my friend, encourage a new author so that she's encouraged to write more and more books for our reading delight and of course our learning delight. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Amara, you came late. I'm almost done. I don't want it to be late. And if you are catching this video on replay, I ask that you drop your comments, encourage someone that is camera shy. Yes, believe it or not, I am camera shy. So encourage me, drop an emoji. Yes, Amara, yes, I know you have a copy of this book, so you can attest to that. And I know that everybody watching today will get a copy or copies to give out. Yeah. So thank you so much. Love you as we end SARS. Thank you so much and have a good afternoon. Now, my next video, we are going to be talking about leverage. It may not be today, maybe later in the day, because I have to go attend a Zoom meeting. Now, we are going to be talking about leverage, which happens to be the new oil well. Let's talk money. Let's talk money. Let's talk money. Yes, thank you, Vivi. Thank you. I love you all. Bye. Let me give some volume to this music that is playing. I love you all. Bye. Thank you, Amara. Thank you, Vivian. Thank you all. Let's end this and start the next one when time permits. Love you all and have a great afternoon.